Hey there, Binghamton. How you doing? It's me, the Cowboys fan, Dan Conti, coming at you for Week 10 of the NFL. I had a bye week last week, and we didn't do a show. Had a lot of stuff to do, but I'm back this week, and I got a lot to talk about, but then again, don't I always? Today is Halloween, and following the Halloween motif, my guest this week is Death. Actually, his name is Jason Shapiro, but he's all dressed up for Halloween. Why don't you say hi to everyone there, Death?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, really? All right, we're going to stop that right now, okay? You're going to just be Jason now. Jason's dressed up for Halloween. I'm dressed up. I'm going as Emmett Smith this year. I'll be trick-or-treating a little later in your neighborhood, so look for me and be nice to me. Give me candy. But anyway, let's talk about what happened in the NFL this week. There's been some mad overtime games happening in the NFL this week. We had 3 more this past Sunday. The Cleveland Browns, after letting up a 10-point deficit to the Bengals in the last 3 minutes, ended up winning it in overtime on this Matt Stover field goal. The Carolina Panthers became the first expansion team ever to win 3 straight in their inaugural season. They beat the Patriots in overtime, 20-17. And Bill Parcells football not looking too good there up in Foxborough. Other overtime game, the Arizona Cardinals, Lorenzo Lynch, going 72 yards off an interception return for a touchdown. And how many times have we seen that this year? Teams driving into their own and the other team's territory just to have that pick off and lose it in overtime. But another thing interesting happened this week, and I'm not surprised anymore because this is what's going to happen. This is what has been happening. I've been calling it. I've been forecasting it. People don't want to believe me. And, baby, if there was doubt in your mind before, there can't be doubt anymore, and that rhymes. The San Francisco 49ers are slowly going down the toilet quicker than Tidy Bowl, baby. They went down to the New Orleans Saints at home, 11-7. And, Shapiro, what do you think of this?
Death has a message for you. San Francisco is going down.
That's a beautiful thing what he just saw, as scary as that was. The 49ers went on Halloween as losers this year. That's their little costume. Of course, they've been masquerading as Super Bowl champions for a year now, but that's coming to an end. I mean, you can't. They lost to the worst team in the NFL, the New Orleans Saints, coming in with that 1-6 record, and they put up 7 points at home. And you know, people are going to make excuses. All the 49er fans out there, you know, oh, Steve Young's out, and now we lost William Floyd for the year, even though he's a big loser anyway. It's just. You know, I totally expected this to happen. It's about time some injuries, you know, got to the 49ers the last year. I don't think anybody got hurt. I think Steve Young broke a nail last year. That was the extent of their injury list. But this year, it's all coming down, and, you know, I think it's great. You know, I'd like to see Dallas beat the 49ers, you know, match up one-on-one. But you know what? We already did that 3 times in 92 and 93. We don't need to prove ourselves. And plus, it gets 49er fans all riled up, and it makes me happy because then they just whine and whine about, oh, we were hurt, and that's the only reason you guys won. But you know, baby, it ain't, because the only reason you won last year is because of Deion Sanders, and you don't have him anymore now, do you? But anyway, let's talk about Week 10. Man, Week 10. It's already halfway through the year. We're going to start off with the Cowboys, as always. They're hosting the Eagles on Monday Night Football. And the Eagles actually have won 4 in a row. They weren't too impressive early in the season, but Rodney Peete replaced Randall Cunningham at quarterback, and they've rolled up 4 straight victories. But, baby, things got to come to an end, and so will that Eagle winning streak. What do you think about this game, Death?
I don't know. Dallas is going strong right now. I think Philadelphia needed to get rid of Randall Cunningham because, well, he pretty much
Yeah, Randall Cunningham is pretty much overrated. I've always said that. He's been a great athlete, but a great quarterback. He's really not shown us. He hasn't done anything in the postseason when he's had the chance, and they just ought to trade him. Rodney Pete's getting the job done, but, I mean, do they have a chance at Texas Stadium Monday night?
None.
None whatsoever?
None.
Really?
Philadelphia has no chance.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to give me any kind of analysis on that, or that's just your opinion?
Because wasn't Rodney Peete on Dallas?
That's true. It has nothing to do with this game. Rodney Peete backed up Troy Aikman last year, trying to get a Super Bowl ring there, but that little quest failed, but he ain't getting one with the Eagles. But the Cowboys are going to romp the Eagles on Monday Night Football, and that's kind of a special game because next week our show is going to be filming live from the campus pub, And tickets are $5 in advance, $7 at the door. There's going to be all-you-can-eat wings, free prizes, and most importantly, you, the fans, going to get a chance to come on the show and talk to me, because I know there's a lot of you people out there who don't exactly agree with what I say and maybe have something to say to me. And your chance will be next Monday night. I will let just about anybody and everyone on that show, as long as you show up, baby. So get your tickets in advance. Let's talk about the next game. Arizona at Denver. Cardinals squeaked out an overtime win against the Seahawks. The Broncos were off this week. Both these teams are pretty shaky. The Broncos come down the halftime stretch at 4-4. There's some games they should have won. They lost to the Seahawks. They struggled against the Redskins. And now they're hosting the Cardinals, who actually went in there and beat them a couple of years ago, last time they played near the end of the season. But the Cardinals trying to turn it around, even though their defense is horrible. What do you think about this game?
I think they both suck, and it's a waste of a game.
Really?
It's a waste of...
Why are you so angry?
Huh?
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry. I just think both of them suck, and they're not going anywhere. It's a waste of airtime for wherever they are.
Well, airtime, Jay's talking about, luckily this game will only be broadcast in the Rocky Mountain area and the Mountain Time Zone. So it's a good thing it's the national game. Actually, it's on Fox. NBC's got the doubleheader this weekend. They both suck, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Think so?
Arizona's not going to do anything in their division, well, because Dallas and Philadelphia is there. Denver.
No, because Dallas is there. Philadelphia could be anywhere else. It don't matter. They ain't going anywhere because Dallas is there.
Well, yeah.
Okay, well, great. Yeah, Jay's full of opinions there on the Cardinals and Broncos. But, you know, who is really? Those teams really aren't that great. There's an interesting game coming up right here. The Buffalo Bills hosting the Indianapolis Colts. Both these teams are 5-3 atop the AFC East. The Colts currently hold the tiebreaker right now, only because Miami's in a three-way tie with them. But Buffalo did beat them earlier in their season. If the Colts can pull this one out, their division record are up to 4-1. And that's going to be key coming down the stretch, because it looks like these three teams are going to do some serious battle. What do you think about the Bills this week, going into the Hoosier Dome?
I think Bills are just playing off, they're just all jack happy that, you know, they think they're going to do it again this year and do it again this year, I don't know.
Do what again? What are you talking about?
Try to get to the Super Bowl. They think they're 5-3. You know, it's an impressive record, but I don't think they're going anywhere.
Yeah, but they were 5-1, or where were they? 5-2. They're 5-1.
Didn't Miami and the Patriots beat them?
Yeah, they lost to New England, Miami. They're up at 5-1. Everybody was talking about the early '90s once again. Jay's giving props to Miami. He's a Miami fan, but he also, in his spare time, roots for the Giants, Jets, Patriots, and the Bengals. But, you know, so if the Jay Shapiro bandwagon's coming in your neighborhood and you root for one of those teams, you know, hop on. You know, all those teams suck, except for the Dolphins. But I think the Colts, they're putting it on this year. They beat the Rams, Dolphins, and 49ers in consecutive weeks. They had a letdown against the Raiders a couple weeks ago. Then they struggled against the Jets. But I look for them to bounce back and beat the Bills on Sunday and take command of that AFC East. That'll be pretty interesting. That game's going to be on TV. And speaking of the TV schedule, let's get to that right now. NBC's got the doubleheader. Here are the games that'll be on in our area.
Come on, hit that lick one time, slip.
All right, our next game we're talking about actually gets me kind of happy because, well, you know, who knows what could happen in this game. The Carolina Panthers are coming on a 3-game winning streak, and they're going into Three-Com Park to play the 49ers, who are reeling. And if you don't believe that, you know, just check the stats, check some game highlights, all right? Because, I mean, you know, people say, oh, you know, the 49ers will be all right. You know, they still got Jerry Rice. As Jay's holding up the newspaper there from the USA Today.
Brent Jones.
That's right. Brent Jones out 2 to 3 weeks. William Floyd's out for the year. Steve Young might come back for this game. But everybody's saying, you know, oh, you know, we got Jerry Rice. You know, we'll be okay. But you know what? When Steve Young doesn't play, baby, 2 of your starters go out, and you got Elvis Gerback in there. Now, having Jerry Rice on your team means JS, and that means Jack Squat, baby. Because the 49ers, I mean, it's not their year, and we're just seeing it. We're seeing all the signs. They're going down. You can't lose to the Saints and the Colts and the Lions and expect to go on and win a Super Bowl. It doesn't happen. It's probably never happened. I got to check that, though. Call it the Elias Sports Bureau, somebody. See if a team's ever lost to the Lions, Saints, and Colts in the same year and went on to win the Super Bowl. I don't think it's happened, and it ain't happening this year, baby. The 49ers probably won't even win the NFC West now. What do you think? You think Carolina's got a chance this week?
I think they got a great chance against San Francisco.
And why is that?
Well, I mean, everyone's injured on the team. Didn't Deion Sanders, like, disappear or something? Isn't he with...
Yeah, Deion Sanders is on the Cowboys now, baby. He's at Smith -1. He's got number 21 there in Big D. But, you know, the Panthers, I don't know. I am kind of mixed feelings, actually, because I'd love to see the 49ers lose to the expansion teams because that would just be so embarrassing. That would just be the rock bottom. But I don't know if I want the 49ers to hit rock bottom the week before they play the Cowboys. I'd rather them hit that rock bottom in Texas Stadium with Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin, the Holy Trinity, baby, gets in there and destroys you guys. And you know what? It's not fair. I'll admit, you know, it's not fair that Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin get to play on the same team. Because we're talking about 3 of the biggest superstars in the league right now. Emmitt Smith is on pace for 1,900 rushing yards. Michael Irvin's on pace for 1,800 receiving yards. These guys are sick. Troy Aikman's the #1 rated quarterback in the NFL.
Actually,
what's going on here?
I don't know. I got to disagree. I think Carolina, I hope Carolina beats them because if San Francisco beats Carolina, then they'll have a win and they're going into Dallas. But if they lose, then they'll have something to fight back for. You know, they want to, like, prove themselves. All right, I screwed up against them. I want to win against Dallas.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm afraid of. See, I just rather they just get this stupid winner of Carolina and then the Cowboys ball. Because if the Carolina Panthers beat the Niners, I mean, whether, you know, they got Brent Jones or all those guys are hurt or not, I mean, that's going to be a wake-up call for the rest of that team to lose to the Panthers. So maybe I might actually root for the 49ers this week just so they don't get that psychological edge. But it doesn't matter, baby, because the Cowboys are going to beat them November 12th. And there is no showdown. And it's just a shame. The real showdown is going to come on Turkey Day, baby, Thanksgiving, when the 10-1 Cowboys host the 10-1 Kansas City Chiefs. Won't that be interesting? Well, maybe not. But who knows? But let's talk about our next game. Green Bay at Minnesota. The Packers, they're the regular Packers, man. You know, they're one step above mediocre. They're at 5-3 right now. They lose games they shouldn't. They win some games they should. And they're just a confusing team right now. They're headed for a wild card. The Packers beat the Vikings a couple weeks ago at Lambeau, but they always seem to struggle up at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome, named for our former vice president. May he rest in peace. What do you think about this game? Put the paper down. You're on a show here. What are you doing?
I wanted to show everyone that Brett Favre is actually ranked 3rd on the quarterback list.
Ranked 3rd behind Troy Aikman and who?
And, well, Steve Young? Who's that?
Steve Young's up there still?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Steve Young throws to friggin' Jerry Rice every week, so don't even give me that about, you know, Steve Young being such a great quarterback. My QB rating would be 120 if I was throwing to Jerry Rice, but I'm not. I had a sore shoulder, had an injury in high school, and I get my career got cut short. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't play high school football. I'm just kidding. I just talk about football. That's right. I'm a big talker. I'm not a big doer. I had to play co-rec. Me and Jay played Champlain co-rec a couple years ago. We were pretty good out there. We were a little defensive unit. But I'm wandering now, and I got to talk about the NFL here. Our next game, Detroit at Atlanta. Here's some dome teams here. Barry Sanders had a big game against the Packers last week. No reason you think he won't do it again against the Falcons this week. He's probably got like the worst defense in the universe.